Hello, my name is Ethan. I'm a student. I have a dream. I want to become successful. I know that every day is important. Every day is a new chance to learn, grow, and improve. This is my story. You can read my story. You can learn English with me. When I was younger, I wasted a lot of time. I slept late, spent hours on my phone, and always said, I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week, and next week became next month. I wanted success, but I was not doing anything to achieve it. One morning, my grandfather visited our house. He saw me sitting on the sofa doing nothing. He smiled and asked, Ethan, what are you doing with your day? I didn't know what to say. Then he gave me a small notebook and said, write down one good thing you will do every day. Remember, every day counts. His words stayed in my mind. That night, I opened the notebook and wrote, my first goal, read 10 pages of an English book. The next day, I wrote another goal, learn 5 new English words. After that, I added one more, practice speaking English for 20 minutes. The first week was not easy. Sometimes I felt tired. Sometimes I wanted to stop. But whenever I looked at my notebook, I remembered my grandfather's advice. I refused to quit. Slowly, my daily habits began to change. I woke up earlier, planned my day, and used my time wisely. Instead of wasting hours on social media, I spent more time reading, studying, and improving myself. After 1 month, I noticed something amazing. My English became better. I understood more vocabulary, read faster, and spoke with more confidence. My teachers noticed my progress, and my parents were proud of me. One evening, I looked at my notebook. Every page was filled with completed goals. I smiled because I finally understood an important lesson. Big success does not come from one big action. It comes from small actions repeated every single day. That was the day I truly believed that every day counts. Every day counts. Every morning, continued following my new routine. I woke up early, made my bed, exercised for a few minutes, and reviewed my daily goals. At first, these habits seemed very small, but after a few weeks, they became a natural part of my life. At school, I paid more attention during every lesson. Instead of talking with my friends all the time, I listened carefully to my teachers and took notes. After school, I finished my homework before doing anything else. Then I spent 30 minutes reading an English story and learning new vocabulary. One day, my friend Daniel asked, Ethan, why do you work so hard every day? I smiled and answered, because every day counts. If I improve just a little today, I'll be better tomorrow. Daniel liked my answer and decided to join me. We started studying together every afternoon. We practiced speaking English, corrected each other's mistakes, and encouraged one another to keep going. As the days passed, I became more confident. I realized that success wasn't about being perfect. It was about making progress every single day. Before going to bed each night, I wrote one sentence in my notebook. Today, I became a little better than yesterday. That simple habit reminded me that every small step was bringing me closer to my dream. A few months later, my hard work began to produce real results. My English teacher returned our weekly test papers. I looked at my score and couldn't believe my eyes. I had received the highest grade in the class for the first time. I smiled, not because I was the best, but because I knew my daily effort was making a difference. After class, my teacher called me to her desk. She said, Ethan, I have watched your progress for many months. You never stop learning, and you never give up. Keep this attitude, and you will achieve great things." Her words filled me with confidence. That afternoon, I went home and shared the good news with my family. My parents were very happy. My father smiled and said, "Success doesn't happen overnight. It comes from doing the right things every single day." I thanked him because I finally understood what he meant. The next day, I didn't stop working. I continued reading English stories, learning new vocabulary, practicing speaking, and reviewing my lessons. I knew that one good result was not the end of my journey. It was only the beginning. Soon, my classmates started asking for my advice. They asked, "Ethan, what is your secret?" I smiled and replied, "I don't have a secret. I just try to become a little better every day." Small progress every day creates big success in the future. From that moment, I realized that every hour, every lesson, and every small effort had value. Every day counts because every day gives us a new chance to improve, to learn, and to move one step closer to our dreams. As another year passed, I looked back at the person I used to be. I was no longer the student who wasted time and waited for tomorrow. I had become someone who valued every single day. My daily habits had changed my life in ways I never imagined. One afternoon, I visited my grandfather. We sat together in the garden, and I showed him the small notebook he had given me many months before. Every page was filled with goals, new English words, and lessons I had learned. He smiled proudly and asked, "Ethan, what is the most important lesson you have learned?" I answered without thinking, "The most important lesson is that every day is a gift. If we use today wisely, tomorrow will be better." My grandfather nodded and said, "That is exactly what I hoped you would learn." On my way home, I thought about my journey. I realized that success was not one special moment. It was the result of hundreds of small decisions made every day. Waking up early, reading one more page, learning one more word, and never giving up had slowly changed my future. Today, I still follow the same habits. I still read, study, and work hard, because I know there is always something new to learn. Whenever I face a difficult challenge, I remind myself of one simple sentence: "Every day counts. Make today better than yesterday." That sentence continues to guide my life, and I hope it inspires you too. The end. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe. For more, learn English through story videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.